this film. You people have to watch this. This was amazing.
Okay.
Talk amongst yourselves and I'll find it. Oh, wait. Talk amongst yourselves and I'll find it.
All right. I am starting the recording part of this class. So while she's looking for that, I'm starting that up. I'm always interested to hear new cultural experiences that folks have. So bring it on. I'm in the mountains also, and I thought it was blessedly cool compared to Louisiana.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
Hot.
I've never felt that kind of heat before. Key Largo's never been that hot. Ever.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
They
remember
need to move.
once being there just in the end of May, and we had that kind of day. I planned to go out to one of the farms, anyway, on a trip with a couple people, and we get on this bus, and with air conditioning blasting and everything else, we almost didn't go. Luckily, because it was an outside tour, but it was that kind of, and that wasn't June.
Medina, did you find it?
Yes. It's a foreign language film in Spanish and Arabic. It takes
Okay.
place in Tangiers. It's called Calle, Calle, Malaga, Malaga. I don't know if I doubt if it's available via streaming, but put it on your list. It was brilliant.
Well, I can tell you that, and here's a neat little tech thing. How many people use Canopy? Anybody heard of Canopy?
Canvi.
No, Canopy.
AP.
Canopy, like
Oh,
a canopy that you have over your bed.
I've
All
heard
right.
of it. I've heard of it. I don't know what it is, and I don't know.
We're gonna start with this then.
My daughter-in-law uses it for all kinds of
And
photography.
then I have a tech question.
Yeah. Let's do this first. All right, so Canopy. I'm gonna pull it up and share so you get the spelling and all of that. Okay, can you see my screen?
with a
Yes.
K.
Okay.
With a K.
Canopy with a K. And Canopy is a service that is attached with libraries and universities.
Oh, yes, of
So
course. Of course.
most people's, I'm fairly certain Key Largo. Don't know about
Yes.
Alamorada,
Yes,
but
Key Largo does. I think
Key Largo does.
I think all Monroe County libraries do.
Okay,
You
great.
start with something else.
Oh, and I've changed my password. Darn, I was going to log in. Let's back up. And so basically what you do is, I don't have a library card with me here. What you do is you create your account using your library card number. So you do have to be a member of the library. And then with that, you have access to a huge amount of films that you would not see anywhere else. And oftentimes it'll be like, why would I want to watch that? But having a recommendation from somebody is fantastic. So let me just see if I can go in this way.
Betsy, like on your smart TVs, could you put it up there, or would
Huh.
you?
Yeah, of course you can. Good
Okay.
question. So, how would you do that?
Well, I was thinking if I did it on my phone, I know on my phone, I can put it on my TV. On my
Exactly.
phone. So
Right.
I didn't know if I could do it, if that's the way I would do it, or if there's a better way or a different way.
Nope, that's really the best way to do it, is just to the word was just in my
Mirror?
brain, it just left.
Mirroring.
Mirroring. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Mirroring.
I know.
Yeah,
guess
you would
I'm
mirror
really-
it.
Guess I'm really awake now. If I remembered that.
Okay, so it's not allowing me to do it from my phone, probably because the library requires you to update it and you have to update it through them. So basically, go to canopy.com,
Mhm.
go back
Mhm.
there, just go to canopy.com, create an account, and log in using your library card number. That's as far as it is. And I'm betting that a movie like Kaye Malega is something that you would find on Canopy
Could be.
because they got it from somewhere. I mean, obviously they could pay, huge fees to get it elsewhere, but isn't it Appalachian State that does that
Yes.
festival that you do?
Yeah, and it's usually the films you cannot find any place for at least 6 months,
Ah,
usually, because they don't
that's
want
nice.
they don't want to present a movie that everybody can go home and stream,
Right, right. That
instead
makes
of
sense. Yeah.
coming to the auditorium.
Makes sense. But if you are interested in independent or foreign films, Canopy is a great place. They also have a lot of the old classics. So it's not just for, off the wall cinematic buffs. They have, the older classics. What they don't have, generally speaking, is a lot of brand new current content. Because you can get that on streaming, like Medina says. So this is kind of a little niche, but a really neat way to do it. And great question, Kathy. Yeah, you're going to mirror it. Also, with your smart TV, you can also download the app because Canopy is an app, right?
Right.
So you have
Right.
the opportunity to add apps to your smart TV, and you can also just do it that way.
Okay.
But
Okay.
if you've already got a Canopy account and you know how to mirror on your TV, and if you don't know how to mirror on your TV, the best way to do it is to go to your phone and start your mirroring from there. So that's a hard word. So that the two devices can talk to each other.
Mhm.
Joyce.
So you were saying that we could download apps onto our TV. So if I am a member of PBS Passport,
Mhm.
which I watch on my computer, I should be able to download that directly to the TV?
You should
Definitely.
be able to. It all
Yeah.
depends on your TV, how old it is. We have a pretty new smart TV, and
Mhm.
so it's going to have a lot more flexibility. Older TVs, not so much. But definitely what you would want to do is, and again, go to your settings on your TV and look for where it should have apps.
Yeah.
I think not looking at my TV. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be in your settings,
Mhm.
going to apps, and then look, and you can add new. Yeah, because
We
you
need
can
a whole
also
class
remove
on
them
that.
there too. What's that?
We need a whole class on that. I'm very interested.
I know that will be. I'll have to figure out how to do that.
Mhm.
I'll have to move out there.
Oh,
I'll figure it out. Well, while we shoot for next week.
yeah.
Smart TVs, that's a good one.
You
All
came
right.
over to help me and John about 10 years ago or more to help us with, because we thought
Yeah.
we were so smart and could do this.
All right. Good morning, everybody who has joined us. We've been talking about. Oh, sorry, the dog wants up. Come on, Bailey. They're all still in Central Time Zone too in their brains. Anyway, so that's Canopy movie streaming. Where were we going before Medina took us down the road?
Well, I did say I have a tech question.
Question. Yes.
Okay, so every once in a while, and I still have it up on my laptop, I get this message, disk not ejected properly. And I think it's my external hard drive, my time machine, whatever it's called, and it said eject SS blah 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 before disconnecting or turning it off. Now I know that that is my external something or other, and I'm
Oh.
supposed to eject it
No.
before
Yeah.
before disconnecting. but I'm not, I haven't ejected it.
Okay, so what you're talking about is probably your thumb drive, right? Or your you have an external hard drive that you use as well?
Yeah, and I have a hub. I have a hub because my um my MacBook does not have that many places to put the
Plug
Ports.
in.
Yeah.
ports. Thank you. Doesn't have
Okay.
it, so I have a hub.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
So generally speaking, the message that you're getting, what I haven't seen that one in a really long time,
okay,
because it used to be that when you took a thumb drive, put
right,
it into one of the ports in your computer, and you were transferring information from to or from, then you had to close the program before you could remove the thumb drive.
right.
I think that today's devices have kind of dummy proofed all of that,
Hmm.
because I've never gotten that message
Really?
for in years.
Yeah.
Joyce?
Because
Yeah,
Sorry.
I actually got it the other day. I was
Hmm.
using, I also have a hub, with different ports in it that
Okay.
I plugged in, trying to download some music to put on my grandson's iPod to take to camp. And that's when I pulled it out, that's when I got the message.
I've gotten that message.
Wait a minute. Your grandson has an iPod?
Something, well, it's not an iPod, but it's a similar kind of a thing. It's a little
So
box where you can
impressed.
save music because they don't let them,
I'm
they
so
don't let them
impressed the
bring any
grandmas.
phones or anything like that to camp. They're not connected. So the kids all have these little devices to save music for themselves.
And the grandma's helping the grandkid. I love that. You know
Yeah.
more
Well,
than him.
I really didn't help him. We ended up having a neighbor come in and do it. He needed a special,
That's very funny.
but they
Okay,
did
so
use my computer.
so then it probably is still going to be, and I mean, I have an iPod too, and I
Yeah.
found it the other day and tested it out to see if it works, and yes, it still actually works. It's quite amazing.
Hey.
But anyway, I couldn't pair my earbuds with it. It had to be old school hardwired. So that's going to be what the rule is then. I would default to the
Yes,
rules we've always known it as, is that you can't unplug something
right.
unless you go ahead and close the program first, allowing it to complete its thing and not be in the middle of a process, so to
Well,
speak.
on mine,
So
you have to eject it. You have to go to like, I know where to go.
Finder?
You Finder, and then yeah, I find the device, and
right.
I have to eject it there. But and I've done that a couple of times. What Joyce said, removing it before closing it. But I'm getting this maybe once a week now, and I'm not ejecting it at all. It says disk not ejected properly.
Turn it
I
all
would
off.
check and make sure that your the cords that are attaching to it all are all in good shape. I mean, sometimes we get lazy and set stuff down on top of cords, and sometimes cords just fail. I mean,
Right.
they just do. And so it could be a matter of that. It could be a matter of bumping any of it where the connection is just slightly not okay. It
All right.
happens.
Okay.
Just check all the connections. What happens when you get that message?
I just ignore it because I really haven't disconnected anything.
Okay.
So I just ignore it.
Can you the other option is to, so is your hub hardwired? I'm sure, assuming it's hardwired to your computer. You've got one
Mhm.
cord that's coming out of the hub and it's going into your computer.
Yes.
The hub itself doesn't contain any data. It's literally just a portal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I would probably, and when you first install it, you have to like have your computer recognize it. And yeah.
I don't know. It could be that I just connected it without,
I don't think the computer does anything special with the port. I think the computer is probably communicating directly with whatever you plug into the port.
Right. I was just wondering if you could uninstall, if it requires any part of the drive to read it, and how you would know. Well, I don't know what the terms are in Mac, but Joyce will know. If you're going to do, if I was going to do something with a program, I would do Control Alt Delete to stop that program. Or I would go to my program manager. I would pull up my program manager and I would maybe force stop or uninstall it. These are all things, if anything that you've got is not operating correctly, you can always reboot the whole thing by saying, we're done, go away, and then reinstall. That's something that kind of clears the cache with stuff, and that's CACHE, so that it's hard to say with that kind of port, is it literally just the wire? You know what I mean? Versus all that other stuff. All right. Oh, Terry's got her hand up.
I had found in cleaning out my drawers an iPod, and I had to Google how to use it because it had the circle, and and like I just forgot. It used to be something you did blindfolded, and I just forgot, so I Googled it. And my son, who is a park ranger in New York City, they do electronic and recycling, and they have started a little museum of. I mean, realize some of it's a while ago, different iPods, different computers. Like it had my oldest son had some learning, some type of learning disability that they couldn't define, and one of his teachers said get him a computer, and it was like this Apple IIc that would take up a table. And I remember back then it was $1,000 or something. I don't know why we did it, but it really did change his whole life of communication. So, but I just thought that was really
Yeah.
funny. But I looked at that thing and I said, how did I forget how to do that?
All right, we're going to get to the meat of today, which is how to make your phone last longer. And this doesn't matter what kind of phone you have, whether it's Apple or Android. All of these tips are going to be helpful for your phone. And these are not brand new earth-shattering things, but always good to kind of remind ourselves what we need to do. First thing you want to do is make sure that you protect it from extreme temperatures. In this kind of heat that we have right now, this week, pretty much of the eastern United States is dealing with a lot of heat. So never leave your phone in your car. We know that what the temperature gets to when your car is all sealed up. I wouldn't, if you're, going to the beach or going outside somewhere. I used to take my phone on the paddleboard all the time, and I would put it in one of those waterproof cases, because while phones are fairly water resistant these days, they don't do well with salt water at all. And so I'd put it in the waterproof case. Well, inside the waterproof case, it would get so hot that it would shut itself down for its own health and well-being. So what I would do is I would take one of those cooling neck things that have the gel in it and wet that, wrap it around the case, stick it in the big bulky life jacket that was on the front of the board. And so now it's literally in its own little cooler in the shade. And then if I needed my phone, I wanted to take a picture or make a call or whatever, my phone worked. And so that's a really good example of how any kind of heat is going to just for its own life, your phone's going to go, nope, I'm out of here, and it will shut itself down. So that's super important. And of course, cold is not extreme cold isn't good for it either, but that's not really a problem right now. Medina.
I have a new iPhone and
Woo!
and
Okay.
it and my old one did this too. Every once in a while, it just gets very hot on its own. It's not
Your
that it's
new
in
one
the car.
does?
It's not that it's in the car. It's not that
Plug?
it's
No,
yeah.
it's a
It's
different plug.
what?
A new plug? Did you get a new plug when you got the phone? A new plug into the wall?
Yeah,
Charging cord.
your
You have a new
charge.
charging cord.
Yeah, I got that. But I don't know. So, and I'm gonna have to pay attention to when it happens. Am I listening to a lot of music? Am I yeah. But sometimes it gets really hot and I don't understand why.
When did you get that?
Um right before Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, wow.
I got a deal, let me tell you.
Uh-oh.
I paid
Uh-oh.
$1 a month for 36 months and the tax on what it originally would have cost. I got it at Best Buy. So
Okay.
I'm not
I
thinking, yeah,
would take it to Best Buy
yeah.
and I would tell them there's something wrong with the battery.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because it's a brand new phone. The battery should not heat up like that.
So it's the
And
battery that's heating up.
Mhm, mhm.
Okay.
And any Best Buy is going to honor that. I'm assuming you saved your receipt and all of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I would take it to Best Buy and I would say, look, this is getting uncomfortably hot. That's a problem. Carlene.
So I've noticed this before that when I have a certain app open, it's Blockadoku. It's a game, but it gets my battery. If I leave it, it will get really hot. Just that particular app. So it could be, I don't know, did you have an app open? Certain app? Anyway, that's just my experience with my
Yeah.
phone because I don't usually have a problem with my battery, except when I leave that game
That's
open.
really interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Because a game like that should not take
Well,
up a
you
lot
think.
of
Could
the
it
operating.
also be sometimes I forget until like the evening to like swipe up to close everything?
You don't have to do that. And in fact, you don't need to at all.
Really?
Mhm. Yep.
Okay, I got
So
it.
it used to be that you did for extending your
I leave
battery
there at noon,
life, the juice in your
so
battery and your
12:30.
operating system space, but no longer. No
Oh,
longer. It's sort of like if you think about um what's going to use up more gas? Starting your car or leaving it running?
you mean like idling?
Yeah.
Just idling? I would think starting the car.
Mhm. Same thing with the apps on your phone now.
I see.
When you open it, let me just see. So normally speaking, you would see most apps closed on mine. But the newest phones, the newest technology is that you don't close them because it takes up it's more work to start up an app. And that those apps that are running in the background,
Mm-hmm.
most of them are not taking up any battery space or minimal battery space as compared to opening them and closing them and opening them and closing them. It's just like with a car.
Oh,
So it
interesting.
took a little bit of training to stop the swipe all the time, but
Yeah.
particularly for iPhones, it's actually not recommended. Just
Mm.
leave them open.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good question. So, next thing besides battery, besides temperature is charge. What's the optimal percentage of your battery charge that you should have on your phone? Who knows? Joyce.
I think 80%.
Yeah, 20 to 80%.
20?
Letting it go below 20 and letting it go over 80 is not going to be the best for your phone. It's not going to be the best for the life of your phone.
So letting it go below 20 is not good either.
Yeah. Yeah. So a couple of things you can do about that. If you you know, anytime you're going somewhere and let's say it's been a long day, you've been doing a lot of stuff, or maybe you forgot to plug it in last night or whatever, and now you're midday and you're at 20%, you're going to want to charge. So either keeping cords with you, keeping cords handy, or keeping those little energy blocks, cell blocks that I always think of Terry because she's always got one in her purse. She's gonna dig for it now. Keeping those, they're bulky, they're a little heavy, but you know, keeping one around there. Oh, you got a big one now.
I do, because this is I don't usually bring this with me. This is like for traveling. It really is
Let's see it, Terry.
Hold it up again. Terry, hold it off to the side of your body, to the side. There
Yeah.
you go.
Mm,
It's bigger than your phone.
yeah.
Yeah, it is. And as I said, this is not the one. The one is about half the size and thinner than most of the ones I have. We got this in traveling one time when we were really.
Yeah, and bigger ones are great for traveling. Smaller ones for everyday running around are also great.
And they have ones
Linda.
that have all the different heads on them too.
Mm-hmm. Linda.
Could you clarify, are you saying not to let it go below 20%?
For optimal battery life.
Okay,
Yes. I mean,
thank you.
Occasionally it happens, you know, but to keep your phone longer, keep your existing phone longer and not having to buy a new phone, which, you know, we are sort of the tolerant generation with phones. There are people who the minute a brand new phone is out, they've got to have it, you know. But for us, we're like, good, it's all good. So, but yeah, 20 to 80 is what the recommended thing is. Now, you can also look on your well, I can look. I'm not sure if you can or not. I should have looked at my husband's. But there is on Google phones and maybe the other Android versions, there is a battery health indicator. Do your iPhones have that in settings?
I think so.
I'm just going to look it up.
Yeah, Joyce is showing it right now. How did you get
There we
there,
go.
Joyce?
How'd you go there?
I went to the cog, you know, the settings, and
Yeah.
and underneath Bluetooth on that same brick with Wi-Fi and personal hotspot, you've got battery. So I clicked
Right.
on the word battery and there it went.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I had a choice of battery health or you know, or battery percentage.
So here's a clear example of AI not being up to date. So when I went to Apple's battery health, what the percentages mean, 80 to 100%. Your battery is operating within normal parameters and can hold a sufficient charge. Below 80%. Well, I guess this is not percentage of charge. I'm sorry. This is within the battery health. Joyce, what does yours give a percentage?
It says view all battery usage, average 14%. No, that's not true. That doesn't make sense.
Oh.
That has to do with battery usage.
I looked under battery health and charging, and it says maximum capacity 85%.
Okay, there you go.
Is that, yeah.
So because what this is saying is Apple's battery health measures your battery's current capacity relative to when it was new. And when this capacity drops below 80%, So this is not an 80% charge. This is 80% of the battery health. You'll see a degraded health warning. It below 80% of the health of the battery, the phone will function, but you'll notice decreased battery life, slower performance, as the system throttles power to prevent unexpected shutdowns. Below 75%. Most users on forums, on various tech forums, agree that anything below 75%, and the phone is going to, performance drops noticeably and needs frequent charging. So that's another indicator of the health of your battery life. Just knowing, geez, I have to charge this thing all the time. You know, that's going to let you know that that battery is degrading. And with any if you're not ready for a new one, although like Medina was saying, you know, there are so many deals out there. They're getting cheaper and cheaper. And if you haven't had a new phone in quite some time, might be time to go ahead and get one.
But wait for like holiday sales. I got mine Memorial Day weekend.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I mean, there's always going to be a sale. And honestly, I have found that when you walk into any of the stores, whether it's your provider store, you know, your cell phone provider, or a big box store like Best Buy, less likely to be able to kind of finagle anything, but with cell phone providers, it seems like there's more wiggle room there. I'm not sure if it's because they're working on commission, but oftentimes it's like, oh, okay, so I heard that there was this deal going on, and the deals sort of float. You know, sometimes it's like, oh yeah, it's in this market and not in that market. But with your cell phone provider store, I've seen a lot of wheeling and dealing about it. So anyway, let's get back to making what you've got last longer.
Power. My phone is a year old, and it has something called adaptive power, which
Yes.
the other ones didn't have.
Yep.
Which means that it automatically makes performance adjustments like lowering display brightness, or turning on low power mode at 20%. It allows some activities to take longer. So, and it automatically does it, you know, because I have it turned on.
Right, because you have it turned on. So
Yeah.
that's another thing that you can do. If you do, make sure that you keep up with your updates. Always, always, always do your updates on your phones, and make sure, because that's for security and also things like that when there's new features. The other thing with mine with adaptive power is with my Pixel tablet, it won't let it charge more than 90%. Won't. It's done. I can, because my clock for charging for my tablet is also a speaker. And so I play my music from there. And so that's plugged in. My tablet sits there, and that's where I listen to music. So it just lives there, which means it's always potentially charging, except the device will not charge past 90%. And it said when I got it out of the box, it will not charge 90% because that's not healthy for your phone, for your tablet. I went, huh. So it's actually got some kind of something that shuts off the ability to continue to charge to 100%. It's never been past 90. So I'm wondering if your phone does that too. Does your phone charge to 100%?
Mine
Joyce?
does.
Does it?
I don't know.
It
Yeah.
says it.
Yeah.
Mine does.
And it tells you at night when you plug in it, which I find I shouldn't do anymore. It tells you how long, like at 6 o'clock in the morning, you'll charge or something like that. But I guess I didn't pay attention to it.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it
You know, it's my alarm clock.
Yeah, me too.
I am not going to wake up in the middle of the night to unplug it.
Me too.
If it means that my phone is going to last a little less long, so be it. So be it. I'm totally okay with that. Kathy.
When I plug, go ahead.
I'm driving, so I can't put my hand up.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I have that adaptive thing on my Google Pixel phone, and it's adaptive charging during the night, but it will go to 100, but it does have that feature that slows it way down.
Yes. Yes. And that's a good thing. I mean, if, like I said, if it's time to get a new device because it has all of these features to kind of protect the device from us, okay, we might want to do that. Kathy?
Yeah, I put, when I go to bed, I plug my phone in. But what it also says, maximum charging won't happen till like 4 in the morning or something.
Right.
So it does it whenever it knows my routine. When I get up in the morning, so it doesn't, I don't know how it does, but it tells me that it's not going to be it's not going to get to maximum capacity to like 4 in the morning or something like that, which is just fine because I'm sleeping.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So that's good. I love these new features. Next thing you want to do, we were talking about waterproof ability a minute ago, and most phones are there's a, and I've forgotten the technical term for it, but there is a very specific rating about waterproofness, and it's to a certain amount of feet for a certain amount of time. Salt water negates all of that. Don't drop it in the ocean. Bad idea. Always buy one of those waterproof cases if you're going out and you're going to be snorkeling and taking pictures with your phone, which you can totally do with those cases. Absolutely, totally can do. I can't tell you how many we sold at the paddleboard shop. And people who didn't buy them were like, yeah, I can just tell because the amount that somebody uses their phone, they've taken 6 selfies. By the time they walk out the back door with their paddle, they are going to drop that phone in the canal. And that's the other thing, is that dropping it in the canal, how many people have tried to dive down to the bottom of a canal and get something? Yeah, I know, Terry. Even with scuba gear, the bottom of the canal is not like just the bottom of a swimming pool.
Yes, it's a lot.
Never going to
Nasty.
find it. Almost
It's like
never,
mud
ever.
in a second. It was I touched the bottom and it'll turn to mud.
Yeah, it's all of the mangrove leaves that have degraded over eons is all sitting right down there, and it's this nice, beautiful silt that is very, very healthy for the environment, not healthy for finding something. So you're not going to find it. Those waterproof cases, they float. Yay. Your phone is in salt water and it's sitting on the top. That's the best part.
Yeah.
But also you want to do things like protect your phone. There's many opinions about this. I always have the covering on my phone, the protective covering on the outside.
Me too.
I have cracked many protective coverings, have never cracked my glass. So
Yep.
the protective covering is a little expensive, but it still works. You can replace it. Replacing the glass, far more expensive. Next one, keeping it clean. So keeping it clean on the outside, things like, and we've talked about it in the past, only using microfiber cloth, making sure that very, very delicately with a toothpick, you can go in here and not jam stuff in, but go around the edges and pull out lint. These things go in our pockets, in our purses, and these get lint filled, which means that you're not going to have a good connection for charging it. It gets gummed up in there. This is also your speakers, so you're not going to be able to hear as well. So just keep that clean. Also, keeping whatever portals you've got, if you've got a portal, and of course, I have a protective covering over my phone all the time. You drop it on one of those tile floors, and you're going to have some serious problems. So I always have a nice strong covering that's going to almost make
Betsy froze.
Those are really good things. Updating the software, that's another thing. Yeah, go ahead.
You you froze for a while, so your
Uh-oh.
can you recommend a good protective cover? I mean, mine is cheap, and I've on all my phones, not this one yet, but all my phones I've cracked the glass.
I've used Otter.
Where did we get on?
That's Otter.
Otter?
Oh, nice to know.
Yep.
Yes, but I broke mine.
Did you really?
Yeah,
Renee,
you broke
how'd you do that?
I broke the case. I don't know. One time, it only fell a couple of feet, and I cracked it the right way. I was sweating it out.
Wow.
I thought that the whole phone was cracked.
What are you talking
Wow.
about? Flip phone? Or
No, this case.
But the Otter
That one.
case protected it.
Yes, thank
Nice.
God.
Nice. Now, doesn't Otter, I thought Otter had a guarantee.
Yeah, they do. I think.
I don't know what you do.
Yeah, I don't
They have you
remember.
take a picture and send all this stuff in, but they do.
Probably.
Yeah.
We didn't do that.
And then Joyce said that Victor with the cell phone repair in Key Largo or Tavernier, he's in Tavernier, right?
Yeah.
Right there where across from the power company.
$10.
What?
It's $10 and it'll give you the glass and put it on and clean your phone.
Yeah. 10 bucks. Totally
Wow.
worth it.
Yeah.
Totally worth it.
It
It's
costs more to
20
get the
anyplace
glass.
else.
Yeah. He's a good guy.
I just
He's
put
a
that
good
on. I shared that too.
You did put alcohol.
Yeah, I think so.
I was say, one time, Andy, I think somebody told him to clean those little openings with a Q-tip with alcohol.
First of all, you
Oh.
can't get in there with a Q-tip.
Well, you just the outside edge.
Okay, you could do the outside edge. Yeah. 70% alcohol wipe would work. You can use Clorox on that outside. You want to be very careful about with your screens though, because certain screens have a protective covering that you are not going to want to put a liquid on. Not that it's not waterproof, but it may destroy, like if your screen has an anti-glare kind of thing. Apple is very specific about that. And it may depend on your version. So always good to just look up Apple. And then the other thing you want to do is manage your phone storage. That is going to allow you to extend the life of your phone. Having too little storage space makes your phone work harder, overloading its capacity. Games, photos, and music take up the most. And videos, when we talk about photos, it's actually videos takes up even more. And so you want to make sure that you offload things that you have stored in text messages. So, somebody sends you a video and it's still there. If you're not the person who deletes text message streams and keeps your text message streams, and you have that video in that text that somebody sent you, it's still there, right? And so it's taking up space. Anything that you download on your phone. So you see something, you go, oh, that's really nice. I want to keep that so that I can look at it when I'm offline. Anything downloaded is going to take up the space actually on your phone versus on the cloud. And so any chance you can, and we've talked about this many times before, any chance that if you're sitting waiting for a plane, waiting at the doctor's office, waiting, whatever, clean that stuff up, starting with photos. And for those who haven't, and we'll get to Medina, for those who haven't heard me say this before, the best way to do it is at the end of the day. For me, it's kind of like a little, oh, what a great day this was. Look at, these pictures that I took. Oh, okay. I have 6 pictures of the baby and they look exactly the same. and and the person holding her has a different facial expression. So I know that they're not duplicate photos, but I don't literally need 6 pictures of that baby in that outfit doing nothing different. So at the end of the day is the easiest way to start to get control of that. Medina.
Okay, so oh, I mentioned this I know a couple of months ago because I'm a very heavy WhatsApp user.
Yes.
And WhatsApp takes up a lot of storage, a lot. So if anybody else uses that, you should monitor that and make sure you delete what you don't need.
Good
I
point.
agree.
Good point. And with WhatsApp, you can have, with conversations that there is no reason to save. You can have disappearing messages. There's a setting for disappearing messages, and it gives you a variety of timelines at what point you want that message to go away. I
So
don't
wait,
have them in
okay,
my head.
I'm sorry. Does that mean that the messages you go away after a certain period of time, or the messages that come to you?
All
go
of it.
away? Oh,
All of it. All of it. So let me
and
let's-
so I would have to set that for each thread.
yes.
Okay, so each group. Okay. Oh, that's good to
Yes.
know.
So I pulled one up. So you've got your choices in making messages disappear. For more privacy and storage, and I'm reading from WhatsApp right now, new messages will disappear from this chat for everyone after the selected duration, except when kept. Anyone in the chat can change this setting. So if it's just between the two of you, let's just say you and I set up a chat, and you decide to change it to 24 hours after we go back and forth, in 24 hours it's gone, then it's gone for you too. You don't get to hold on to it. The options are 24 hours, 7 days, 90 days, or off.
And what does it mean that says unless if kept? How do you do that?
I would assume that you can download it. So let's just see. I went to the article in WhatsApp. Anyone in a group chat can keep disappearing messages to stop them from disappearing as long as the set duration time hasn't passed. A kept message will be visible to everyone in the conversation and won't disappear when its duration expires. The message sender has the ultimate control over who can keep it. If someone keeps a message you've sent, you'll get a notification. If you decide to unkeep that message, no one else in the chat can keep it again. You'll have approximately 30 days to unkeep a message from the time it was kept. So I'm going to click about kept messages. All right, you can choose to keep messages in the chat to prevent them from disappearing as long as it hasn't passed. Once the message has been kept, so keep a message. In a message, click or long press on the message you want to keep, and it gives you a keep. So click or long press.
Okay.
So, and then to view your kept messages, tap or click on the chat info and look for the tab that says kept messages. Long press on the message you want to unkeep. So if you want to decide you don't need it anymore, and then tap OK to unkeep the message.
Is
Will you
save
send-
the same as unkeep? I tapped on a message.
It's not
and
using the word save at all. So let me
that's a
pick
picture I clicked on. So I guess it
pick a message.
Hmm.
Okay, so I have
Will you send these instructions in today's?
that I can't because it's so what I did was I'm in let me change this so I can see myself, so I make sure I know that you can see what I'm talking about. So I'm in my WhatsApp chat area, right? And I tap on a particular person that we hardly ever use this app together. And so when I am on this person, I went to the little view, you know, the little three dots at the top,
Mhm.
and look to see. And I've got disappearing messages.
Oh,
That's one of
okay.
my options right there.
Okay.
There's also a more option. Report, block, clear chat, export chat, add shortcut, add to list. No, that's not any of those. So I'm going to go disappearing messages. When I went to disappearing messages, I got, this is where my settings are. It tells me a little bit about disappearing messages. And
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
then there's my time frame. Never, it's called off. Off
Yeah.
24/7, 90 days. And then it says, learn more. And that's where I found that. So
Okay.
it's in learn more. When I tapped learn more, it brought me to an article about disappearing messages.
Okay. Good.
Okay. So it's actually in the app itself, and it's talking about how to use them. And then there's 2 more links for help articles about it here and here. And that's what I just clicked the links and read to you from there. And another link in green to read more about it.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah. So I didn't know you could keep them either.
Yeah.
So learn something new today. Yay.
Yeah. Yeah.
We all learned something.
Right. So when this whole thing first started, I was on a trip to Africa with a group, and we communicated via WhatsApp. And I assumed that all the photos that were in WhatsApp would stay so that I could refer back to them, just like in a cloud. And then they disappeared. So, but but some of them, I mean, if you click on a photo, you can save it to your phone or to your photos, and then it
Yeah.
becomes yours.
Yes.
Mhm.
And the other thing on WhatsApp, there was a group where they were posting pictures all the time. It's with the animal shelter, and so there's
Yeah.
always animal pictures in here, and they were all showing up in my Google Pixel photos. And I'm like, why is every single one that I look at? Well, it's because it's a setting. If you look at one of these and they are sharing to my Google Pixels, it's because it was a default setting. So I unclicked that so that I wasn't getting, thank you. Oh, that's a lot. Just got my coffee refilled. He's so sweet. And so it was automatically setting to Google default was to save to Google Pixels photos. So I had to unselect that. So I wasn't getting every single picture that somebody took of an animal in my phone just because it was in the WhatsApp chat and I looked at it there. So you want to make sure and look at your settings and make sure that they're not automatically transferring to your photos. And you would notice, I mean, it was like, I'd be looking at at my photos and be like, why do I have all these dog pictures? I know where I saw that dog picture, but I didn't physically put it there. And it's because it was an automatic share that was the default. So that's going to take up a lot of space on your phone as well. Terry, do you have no, Renee had her hand up. Yeah. Unmute yourself.
Go.
Question about the phone protection again. What's a good waterproof case?
So
My favorites, and I'm
right.
yep, I got one right here. Hang on.
Company you had from at Paddle that they had both phone size ones and one they also could keep your sunscreen and stuff in.
Yeah.
So
So
they were
this
bright
one,
colors.
this is called an Airy Bag, ARI bag. And so with an Airy Bag, and this one is super old. This is like one of the oldest ones I have. And so it is now discolored. It's been used so much. But what I like about this is with an Airy Bag, when you put it in and then you're going to close this up, these little tabs
Okay.
go through here, and then snap shut and snap shut. And then what we would do, and you can see it's full of air. There is
Oh,
nothing, nothing. No air coming out. So even though this is all that this is discolored, this is normally clear enough to be able to take a picture through. And I've taken many great videos in the water under my paddleboard with these airy bags. It's got a little string so you can secure it to whatever you've got. And what we would do is people would go, I'm not going to put my phone in that. And we would say, okay, take a paper towel, put it in, come over to our rinse tub, dunk it and hold it and see if you can make that paper towel wet. And
Yeah.
you can't. You can't.
I was
So
always afraid of that too. Ours are like, I think they're gecko. It's a similar thing with the clip on.
Yep. And gecko bags are good. I will tell you, these are cheaper.
Oh, really?
Go to paddle the Florida Keys right when you cross the bridge up from Tavernier to Isla Mirada, and they're cheaper.
Because these came apart at the top too.
Yeah.
I'm still
And
afraid to
Gecko
put these
brand,
in-
there are some gecko things I like. I've never had a problem with these breaking down. And like I said, you can see how old this is, and this has been everywhere.
How do you
It's been
spell
old.
that? How do you spell that?
ARI, bag. Airy
I'm still
bag.
paranoid about leaving them on, taking them underwater though.
Do the paper towel thing. That's the best way to figure out, whether or not, it's going to work. But yeah, I am too. I am too. And I would say my biggest thing is if you, some people struggle with opening these because you do have to have a little bit of a fingernail to get in there. If you don't have a fingernail, then what you have to do is you're going to push from the other side to get in there. So it's a little bit complicated, but you want it to be a tight seal, so.
How deep have you taken that?
Oh, I haven't dived with it. I didn't go
Okay,
take it
that's fine.
scuba diving just for snorkeling.
That's what I would do with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
if I were going to be diving with my phone, then I would absolutely go to one of the dive shops and I would get a dive phone case. Totally
Yeah.
different.
What about these cases that seal at the top, like with that little press plastic thing?
You mean
like the
like-
dog food or cat food sometimes has that seal.
Oh, like
Okay.
Ziploc bags?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. There are so many gaps and holes in those things. They're not meant to be that kind of waterproof.
Well, they say they are, but yeah.
Yeah, they're not. They're not.
Okay.
Part of the problem is you're
Right.
dealing with salt water and you're dealing with pressure.
Yeah.
So most phones are fairly waterproof these days. I want to say to 10 feet. But I could have that wrong. And it's going to be device by device. Linda.
I think you just answered it. I was wondering if any of the regular cases are waterproof.
Yeah, Apple was really well known from the get-go as being waterproof. People would say, I don't need a case. I got an iPhone. And we would, again, we'd be all chatting around the paddleboard shop going, yeah, that one's going in the canal. That's good that it's waterproof. But not going to help you if it drops to a depth you can't get to. So waterproof phone ratings, like I said, each phone is going to have a different rating. Smartphones are water resistant, not fully waterproof. They're measured by, it's an IP rating. That's what it was. I couldn't remember. It's IP ingress protection, meaning can something ingress? Egress is to leave, ingress is to go in. Most modern flagship phones carry an IP68 reading, which means they are dust tight and can survive being submerged in fresh water 1.5 to 6 meters deep for up to 30 minutes. So 6 meters is, wow, it's kind of deep.
90 feet.
10 feet.
No, 6 meters.
6 meters, oh, six times
times
3 is
three, 18
18,
feet.
18.
Yeah.
18 feet. So, and again, that's going to be, dependent on your specific device. But again, it said freshwater. So those of us who live near the ocean.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking iPhone made it that way so that if you're caught in the rain or it drops in the toilet, you're okay.
Yeah.
That's what they're thinking about.
Don't forget my porta potty story. It survived. True story.
Renee has her hand up.
Quick
Renee?
question again. If you do get your phone wet, what's the best way to dry it? Rice or what?
The rice thing has been debunked.
has
Some people swear by it. But the last time somebody, I looked it up a while ago. So, dry your cell phone. And immediately turn it off and remove any cases. Gently tap the phone against your palm with the ports facing down and let it air dry in a well-ventilated area. Avoid using rice or heat as they can cause corrosion and damage to the delicate internal electronics. Power it off. Never try to turn a wet phone on or leave it running. Remove the accessories, any of the phone case or whatever. It says also to remove the screen protector, but I don't see how that's going to help anything. Dab off the excess water with microfiber towels and whatnot. You could use a silica gel packet.
That's what I was going to ask.
To absorb moisture that comes in like shoe boxes and stuff. You would have to have a bunch of them. I mean, or have a great big one.
I have a whole bag full that come in the dog food, dog treats.
Yeah, and I saved them because, and I don't remember why, but once I read, uses, how to use these little silica bags, and there was something cute that I wanted to do, so I saved them, but now I don't remember what it was.
I saved them too, and I don't know why.
I've read about them too, and there's two different kind. One just absorbs moisture in a different way than another one. So one is not as good as the other. Remember, I'd have to read it.
All right. We are out of time. This was fun. I do want to make sure that everybody knows this. So let me share my screen so you can see it in case you did not already see it. In case you didn't read your announcements. So there is, if you go to the Joy Center next week, there is kids camp. So at the Plantation Key Community Center, the rooms will not be available on July 7th and 8th.
Have ours same time.
All room A activities are going to be held at the Key Largo Library Community Room. All B activities are going to be held at the Key Largo Civic Club. And this is next week. Belly dance is rescheduled. Crochet is canceled. Tech Savvy is only going to be on Zoom, so you have to just stay home, Terry. Ukulele Beginners is canceled. Ukulele Joy remains scheduled. So you should have gotten a notification about that. There is also a little easy chart here. I'll go ahead and forward that in my email to you as well, just so you've got it.
If there is time next week, can you also go over if you have a Zoom account and you want to share your screen? I mean, I have a Zoom account and I know how to share screen, but I don't know how to share my pictures. I don't know how to share a document. I think my old computer didn't really let me do some.
Sure.
Wait, you guys have to see this. Tucker, come here. Got to see this little guy.
What do you got?
Not mine.
Oh,
not yours.
Oh,
he's so cute.
I don't see him. Let's see.
You don't see him?
Let's see. Let me
Yeah, he's adorable.
And bend down. That's my
Okay.
nephew, Brian.
Hi.
There we go.
Brian.
Now I see him. Oh my gosh, is he cute?
Good to see you.
Okay, thank you. Great dog. Great class.
All right. So next week we'll talk about smart TVs, and just for Medina, we'll talk about Zoom for a minute,
Nephew.
If there's time.
and any other things that we need to talk about.
Okay.
Have a great week, everybody.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Betsy.
Bye.